So I'm doing this Launchpad challenge where I in 2023 invest in all kind of different Launchpads and the projects that they release. So far it's going very great. And I would like to also review the projects that are going to get launched to check out what is it actually. And there's one project that is going to list on Poolz, which I think is super interesting because, well, multiple reasons, but one of the reasons is that it's built on Algorand. And Algorand is a very good chain. People underestimate Algorand, but anytime I have to do a transaction, I use Algo. It's insanely fast and cheap. It's great. And it doesn't have like any timeouts or whatsoever. So the projects being built on Algorand, quite interesting. Now the project that I am talking about is Goracle, and Goracle is an oracle on, like I said, the Algorand chain. And it's pretty cool because that's the nice thing about new projects. You know, for example, with Sui or with, Aptos, you could get an airdrop. With this project, it's slightly different. You can use the testnet and get some free tokens if you just test that stuff. So we have some highlights right here. It's a decentralized oracle. It's a protocol operating on a peer-to-peer network, offering a decentralized solution for data verification and validation. And yeah, these are the kind of things that we need, right? So trustworthy data, customizable middleware, and seamless integration. So very, basically like if you're like, oh, what does it do exactly? Well, it's a platform that aims to accelerate the development of decentralized applications. So DApps like, I don't know, DEXs and that kind of stuff by providing the necessary infrastructure for developers and organizations to build applications that utilize real-world off-chain data and computation. Now it's interesting. We go to the website and we will take a look at everything. And really, guys, if you feel like these kind of things are pretty cool, I'm gonna leave the Telegram, Discord, whatever, Twitter down below so you can check it out for yourself. Because these new projects is something you don't just want to blindly buy it, you want to actually know about it, right? Because that's the problem. Usually when people are in crypto, they feel like, oh, this might be good. They buy it and then for a week or 2 weeks, or depending on the market, it doesn't really do what you want. And they feel like, well, sell it. Yeah, and then later on, you maybe miss out on something very beautiful just because you do not know about the project itself yet. So we're going to take a look at that. Now, token price will be 54 cents. There will be a fully diluted market cap of $45 million. So that's pretty high, of course, right? But then you have to take a look at the vesting schedule. So we're going to take a look at that because the initial market cap is going to be slightly less than $600,000. Now, if this is a pretty long vesting, then it doesn't matter. If all these tokens are getting vested in like 6 months, yeah, then the price is going to dump hard, of course. But they can build, there's a bull market around the corner, and these things could beat these vestings. Therefore, now is a pretty cool, great time to look at pre-sales, IDOs, IGOs, startups, whatever else. So if you go to the Twitter, you'll see that even Algorand itself is tweeting about them and introducing them to their blockchain. There's a whole article on Cointelegraph. It's one of the biggest platforms for articles about crypto. You probably know that already. And it's kind of getting that mainstream vibe already, and that's cool because, like I said, I think that Algorand, and I don't even talk about it nearly as much as I maybe should, but Algorand is quite undervalued, and the project's being built on top of Algorand as well. If you go to DeFi Llama, I cleared my internet history. I'm not doing dirty stuff or anything, but maybe I do. I don't know. It doesn't matter. And here you go to DeFi and you go to chains. You can search for Algorand, right? And let's just use Ctrl F, Algo. So you'll see where it is. And Algorand is sitting at rank 19 of all the chains. So if you see that even Cardano is bigger, Clayton, Osmosis, Fusion, like these are not the biggest chains there, right? With the biggest projects on it. So Algorand is still pretty low with its total value locked compared to other projects, but it's not, in my opinion, because of the quality. It's more like that Algorand is just the silent worker that puts quality over quantity. Oh, my neighbors are really... If you watch this video, go fuck off. he's not watching this. But yeah, I have to get in office. But if you look at Ethereum, for example, Ethereum is definitely not the fastest or the cheapest chain out there, but still it's #1. They got that mainstream vibe, right? I think Algorand can be way bigger than what it is right now. So let's take a look at the website. And by the way, they are going to launch on another launchpad as well. I'll get back to that. But Poolz is one that I'm using already. So I thought that was quite funny. So get, you know, weather data, NFT data, but it's not only crypto, flight data, custom whatever data on chain, powering the future of the blockchain. And that is pretty cool because crypto integrates crypto stuff basically, right? But crypto is not really, how do you want the mainstream to adopt crypto if crypto is not adopting the mainstream, bro? Can you please stop? That was the quote of the century. You messed it up. So, you know, about oracles, do you know one oracle that is doing really well? I do. Chainlink. And Chainlink has none competition, basically. Not a lot of competition, right? You can also find that on DeFi Llama, by the way. If you go to DeFi and you click oracles, then you'll see Chainlink sitting way on top with 291 projects secured. So basically all the projects and protocols in crypto are using Chainlink, right? But like I said, there is not a lot of competition. There are these smaller oracles, but they don't really do anything. They don't lock any value whatsoever. So to make it sound more understandable, to build decentralized applications that make use of real-world data, these apps need an oracle that matches the security properties of a blockchain. And that's where Goracle steps in. Now, also very cool. Rewards for securing the system. Running a node or delegating tokens to validators directly improves the security of the system. That's how it works, right? You add to the whole network to give them more power and fuel basically to run, and you will get rewarded for that. I'm doing the same with a Gala token or a Gala node. I'm having the Delysium node. But these are games, right? You can also do the same with oracles. Now you can also do that with Goracle, and here you can just check like, okay, if I stake 10, then the rewards are 12.5, and if you slide this, you can see exactly what your rewards are going to be. That's an estimate, and you can see the economic design document for more information. You have a lot of information right here about the tokenomics, about the node, about the project itself. Really interesting. But I first want to talk a little bit about the tokenomics, since we already saw that on Poolz, of course. Like, okay, is it worth it when it comes to the vesting? And yeah, a little bit more about the project so that you know what it is actually, because I usually talk about crypto gaming. Well, that's pretty easy to explain, of course, like it's a game and you die or you don't, basically, with most of them. Well, with such a project, you probably don't die. That would be weird, right? So it might be a little different. So out of all the tokens, this is how it will be distributed. I'm not going to read it all, but you have the public, node sale, whitelist sale, strategic sale, the seed sale, you have the pre-seed, well, you have the private, the pre-sale, of course, like we see on Poolz, and that's where I'm going to invest. And you can see exactly how it's being allocated, right? So the ecosystem rewards is where most tokens are going. So you could be like, oh, it's a big fully diluted market cap, but if you are already involved, you will get these tokens anyway. So it doesn't matter if there are more tokens, it's only hurting you if you do not do anything with your tokens. So you see right here their vesting schedule, and this is something you always want to read, right? So you have the TGE release. So most of these topics, whatever you want to call it, they don't get the tokens at the TGE. Only the strategic sale gets 10%. Whitelist round gets 12.5%, the node sale round gets 15%, and the public round, that's for us, the losers. I don't know how you want to call that, but they get 20%, and then daily linear over 4 months. So the big vesting doesn't hurt you, right? Because if you, for example, look at Team, well, their tokens are locked for 24 months, so for 2 years, and then they will get them for 12 months. So the Team tokens, they're released in 3 years from now, right? When we get our tokens in like 5 months in total. So we don't have anything to do with that. Also, marketing and partnerships won't really hurt us, right? Well, 3 months lock. right? And no TGE, or that kind of stuff. So it definitely can't hurt to be in the public ground for this one. And if you look at their release schedule, if you want to buy it on the open market, you want to look like, okay, when is the really hard vesting? Well, it's definitely here, right? And from here, it is very slow, of course. Here you won't even notice it. But guess what? This is also in a bull run, probably, hopefully. So I don't know how, like that could be really interesting. But the total release is 16 months, right? So that's around 5 years. Well, not around, that is 5 years. So it's a long vesting schedule, and that's good. So the token utility, why do you want to own the token? Well, you can stake it and become a node runner and validator, right? So that's a good way of making a passive income with crypto if you do that with a good project. A consequence of this is to be liable for rewards paid out by the Goracle and consumers. Consumers can pay for the data and consumption. Token holders can vote on issues such as low fees, the governance, etc., and accrue value as Goracle grows. Now, this part right here, consumers can pay for data and consumption. It's kind of Chainlink. I don't know. It's not Chainlink, of course, but what Chainlink does, and it sounds a little the same, of course, is if a protocol wants to use Chainlink to secure it, they need to buy link tokens and pay Chainlink with these link tokens. That's how it works. Sounds like they are doing the same. Now you can see the rewards when you stake it and etc. The APY will be different eventually, but it's 20% for the first 6 months, then 15% for the next 6 months, 10% for the subsequent 6 months. So pretty cool, nothing too crazy. So I like that. I can really go in depth on this one. There's a lot of information to be found right here, and if you are really into the oracles, I definitely suggest you checking this out. But you know, then I will make this video like an hour, and I want to, you know, do that. But you can go in depth if you read the light paper right here, or the total economic design, whatever. But the roadmap is something that I, of course, don't want to skip. And what I really like about the roadmap is like they are pretty specific when it comes to the dates, right? So they already did quite a lot. I don't want to talk too much about what they have already done. But this month in May, the node sale, so the tokens to be used for running nodes, public sale is going to start. So anyone that wishes to buy the tokens can participate in the sale and survey. And then next month, protocol launch, the launch of the complete protocol on the Algorand blockchain. So that's, you know, good that they actually have their working product ready. Right? A lot of projects, they say like, hey, I'm a project, buy me, and I don't do anything. I'm gonna do it someday. When? I don't know. Why you ask? Well, 1 month. So you can see their backers right there. They have some VCs in the project, which is also, of course, what you want. And check out their articles as well, of course, because that's where you stay up to date. But you want to also be in the community. So where to find that? I'm gonna leave it in the description down below to make it easier for you. But also they have the complete team right here. So everybody is here, full name, LinkedIn, photo. I like it. It's a big team. It's not a team with 2 people. If that's the case, I always would, especially with these kind of projects, I feel like, can you pull that off? Probably not. These guys have it all together. Now they also will be launching on Tokensoft, so check that out, tokensoft.io. Personally, I'm not familiar with that, but a lot of people are. But there is one huge launchpad that they might also launch on, and that is DAO Maker. DAO Maker is probably, as a CeDeFi supporter, I hate to say this, but it is the #1 launchpad. Sorry, CeDeFi community. But yeah, it's kind of the case. So they are also on DAO Maker. And on DAO Maker, you can vote on projects to get released right there. So if you go to Goracle, you can create an account right here, log in, and you can vote if you are logged in. And if you do that, you also can share 10,000 tokens that they are going to hand out to the people that voted on this project to release on DAO Maker. So it's pretty interesting because, yeah, I'm sorry, but lately everything that DAO Maker launches, at least most of it, is quite a success. I mean, if you look at DAO Maker's last projects right here, they released projects that did 4x, 30x, 14, 6, 10, 11, 6, 10, 4, and a 2x. So DAO Maker is doing pretty well. And I would love to see this on DAO Maker. I mean, look at these returns. There is not one project that, you know, there is here and there one that didn't really do anything, but that's kind of exceptionary. So we went over their Twitter. Definitely check out their Telegram as well. You get all the updates right here in the pinned messages. It's a very easy way to, you know, to stay up to date. You can also go to their announcements channel, just be part of there and turn notifications on so that with everything that they have to say, you get that update. Also when they release exactly the exact day, but it should be somewhere end of the month, I guess. So it's pretty fast. I don't know. I got a good feeling about this because I like Chainlink, for example. That's the one comparison I can make. It's already pretty high cap, right? Chainlink, $3.5 billion market cap. If you look at the bull run, they were even sitting at a more than a $20 billion market cap. Right, then Goracle with a $500 million market cap. Yeah, there's a lot of room to grow. Sky's the limit. And they have a Discord with 15,000 members, 1,500 online, so pretty active. They're building, like, I see a lot of projects lately that they are going to release, and I don't really see the hype. We all know that that's important. You can have a good project, but when there's no hype, yeah, who's going to, you know, I don't know. This has the hype. Also, this has the quality and the hype. So I like it. It's not really in depth about the project itself, but do your research. If you want me to make a follow-up on some specific things, just let me know and I'll do that. For now, I hope that I gave you some nice information about one of the launches that I'm going to participate in. Any questions, let me know. Like, subscribe, and all of that. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.